Welcome back to another episode. We're going to start out this with 48 magic, and we now teleport to Kourend. Of course, we're killing lava dragons in the wilderness on Slayer task, hoping for some decent loot drops as they drop rune items, and that's probably what I'm most excited for at this point, for money. But I'm doing this at odd hours, trying to avoid most of the PKers if I can, and let's see what we can get. Well, after 3 kills, I think I've seen 6 or 7 people all look like PKers, so it's probably time to hop worlds and hope we get some better luck elsewhere. Here is a Laren's key. I'm not quite sure if I want to stack these and open them once I have a decent amount of them. The loot is super nice, but so is the GP if I happen to die, so I think I'll save them for now. Just taking a quick break from the wildy, as I was pretty stressed being there as a hardcore and deep wildy, and there's level 40 prayer for protect from range and magic. Just need to protect from melee now. Back at it, and here's level 45 Slayer. Still have 24 more on task. I don't think I'll get another level, but we're getting pretty close to be able to mine some calcified rocks, so I'm excited. Well, it happened. I didn't have my recorder on, but here's me dying in the wilderness to a PKer. This was entirely avoidable. I took many stupid steps along the way, such as not getting protect from melee. I didn't have an escape crystal, which I could have used because I was below level 30 wilderness, not teleblocked. And if I hadn't have completed Dragon Slayer, I wouldn't have gained some extra combat levels and I would have been out of combat. So I'm recording this after and just logged out for a while right here, just deciding what I want to do with the account. If I wanted to just de-iron, if I wanted to play a regular iron on mobile and show that experience, not quite sure what I wanted to do. Ultimately, what I decided to do was just log back in, open everything. I didn't record this because it wasn't too exciting. Honestly, got a bunch of collection logs from the clues and whatnot, but there was nothing noteworthy from it, so there was nothing exciting. But I ended up starting a new account, so let me introduce you to Never at PC 2. I will be changing the name eventually to not have the 2, but for now, that's what it's going to be, and we're going to start all over. We're going to pick up the progress roughly about where we left off. Let's see how we got there. A short time later, we're in the mainland as a hardcore again. We're going to grab our armor because I forgot last time. I straight into combat. I'm not waiting this time. We're going to start with the Fight Arena quests and a whole bunch more coming in. I'm just going to show them quickly, but show I did not wait on any sort of way. I did a couple extras such as Shades of Morton and Giant Dwarf. I never did last time among a few others, but I'm glad to have all this done and caught up. Just going to highlight the combat achievements really quick because I just want to see how far I can get on mobile and show that I actually did all these on mobile. So a lot of the same ones the last time with Wintertodt, and then getting the 2 for a Greater Demon and killing it with the Demon Bane weapon. So after this though, let's show Dragon Slayer completed, which is roughly where we finished the last episode. So I'm probably gonna pick up the progress right here. There's 40 strength and 39 defense, 49 combat. Coming in with level 39 magic and 40 defense obtained on an Anku task. This is our 10th task. So we are getting points, and hopefully it won't be too long before we can get some unlocks. Of course, I went up at the Tithe Farm again, and I knew how little experience it was this time, so I prepped ahead in advance. There's enough for same amount of points as last time, I think, 109. We'll go unlock Auto Weed, and pretty soon the Farming Guild again. Elemental Workshop Part 2 is completed for level 50 Smithing and 41 Crafting. With this Book of Knowledge, we wind up with level 40 Slayer. Towards the end of the Slayer task, there's some iron boots. I will probably never ever use these, but I'll collect them and just see how many we end up with eventually. Here we are at Watson's house again to obtain our first master clue. I'd hand these in. Apparently I didn't need the easy clue scroll. And actually, what is happening here? Okay, let's just obtain it. We're gonna open it. What is our clue step? We wind up with a hot and cold, so I guess I am off to do the Making History quest. While I was already up here for the Making History quest, there's Fremenic Trials completed for a bunch of experience levels, such 46 attack, 42 hit points, 43 crafting, 31 fletching, and 55 combat now. Making History is completed. Let's talk to this guy again and get the strange device for our hot cold clue step. See where we wind up. Got it narrowed down to these 2 locations. Hopefully as I walk just a little too much further over here that I'll be able to get it again. So it looks like the sulfur mine, which I've already looked these up, and it is the mage. So protection prayers don't work. I'm gonna have to figure something else out until I'm confident that I can kill him without being killed myself. Here is Garden of Tranquility completed for 5,000 farming experience. That'll push us up to level 45 farming, so we can now get some contracts. Once I catch this butterfly, I'm level 47 hunter, 1,000 total level, and I actually finished the rumor at the same time. Nice. I ran out of points for skips and got otherworldly beings, and I'm not doing those ever again. So we're going to reset our Slayer streak, got 19 zombies, and then I'll probably just continue to boost until I get it up again. I needed some AFK time of a better way than Castle Wars, as it's completely AFK. Got some of these caskets, and the rewards are absolutely terrible here since they updated it. But the blighted supplies could be useful in the future for any time I need to go in the wilderness if I do. I've had to drop like 5 or 6 easy clues due to needing a black axe for a clue step. I think the best way for me to get that at this point is the Shades of Morton minigame through the just first chests. In order to do that, though, I'm going to have to kill some shades. I'm going to have to repair the temple, and I think it's 128 drop rate. I hope I don't get up that high, but let's see. Ooh, there it is. It only took about 30, so luckily I got that. I don't know if I need it for more than 1 clue, but I'm glad I have it so I don't have to drop any more for a while. It's time for the weekly Tears of Guthics, but of course I need to get Herblore as my lowest skill, so first we're going to train construction by way of fire making. First ever time really training rune crafting as well. First game of Guardians of the Rift done with level 30 rune crafting. Here it is. We beat our personal best last time. We also got over 100 for the achievement diary, so I'm glad to have that done. And almost 6,000 experience in Herblore. So now base 30s. I need some fishing levels for the Heroes quest, so here we are at Temporos. Let's get some combat achievements done. Here's 1 done. Number 2. Number 3. First game done in a mass world. I'll probably do mostly solos, but I believe we'll have a couple more. And I got, well, maybe I didn't. I got failed 2, which I'm not going to have the fishing outfit for a while because fishing trawler sucks and I didn't get enough points. So hope you get the other ones fairly easily, though. The first solo kill is done, and it took like 13 minutes, so it was a pretty bad time, but got 2 more done, and the hardest one, which still isn't hard, White Cook, completed. Here's the 5th kill done for another completed. Zoger Flesh Eaters completed without overheads, which isn't too hard, but I welcome the Herblore experience in particular. Watchtower is also completed. You can do this quest kind of at the same time, parts of it at least. Gets us up to 48 magic. Finally got enough gold again to obtain another cannon. I don't have any cannonballs at this point, but I have a bunch of steel bars, so it's time to go make some of those and get on this Slayer. I had a quick vacation, so it's time for another Tears of Guthics. We're training construction here again with another combat achievement. Probably one of my last time doing Tears of Guthics for a while because I'm going to have attack as my lowest skill soon, but this will get us up to level 37 Herblore. It's time I get a better amulet for strength training, so we're going to get a strength amulet. Just kidding. I need 50 crafting to make a ruby amulet, apparently. Forgot about that. So I guess we'll make some dig side pendants, and we'll come back to amulet strength later. Remember I said Castle Wars loot sucks since they updated it? I stand by that. However, the rune javelins and arrows, I never thought about it till now, but I could sell to the Rogue's Den shop. So I did that, and I have enough GP now to obtain a rune plate body finally, as well as a green dragon hide body, which I need for a clue. Decided it was time to see if the 2 can be taken off the end of my name and the original name is available, so we're going to change that. Now it's just never at PC yet again. First time venturing this far in the Towerley Dungeon, so of course we're going to get our Dusty Key, and then we're going to continue 4 quests, or 1 sub-quest really, which is the Wanted Quest, the Heroes Quest. We have a fish pie to get 53 for that. We're going to get a Scorpion for Scorpion's Catcher, and then we're going to finish the Barrier Soul mini quest. Gotta love shade tasks, and finally got some higher level shades, and we'll get some collection logs there eventually. Well, first time being assigned these Mogre, however you say it. But I'm actually looking forward to these because I want flippers to eventually use underwater in Fossil Island. A fish bowl? I had no idea these could drop these. That could actually be pretty nice for anyone that's locked out of crafting for some reason. Oh, there's the mud skipper hat. It's a useless item. I guess it's some nice fashion scape, but I really want the flippers. This kill will get us level 45 Slayer. There's level 40 range, which I actually need for a medium clue because I need to use green dragonhide armor. So probably going to take a break from these, go finish out some medium clues, and come back to these finished out quickly after that. Well, first time being assigned Pyrofiends, and I think it's time to unlock the bigger and badder to get some superior Slayer monsters. Not expecting any of those unique drops from these low level monsters, but it's some nice extra Slayer experience. Troll Stronghold is completed. There it is, steel boots. I'll never use these either, but I will start a collection of them and just see how many we end up with at the end of this. Oh, sweet, first superior creature ever. I don't know anything about this. I don't think there's any extra mechanics, but I don't think there's a safe spot anywhere on this either. So hopefully it doesn't do too much damage. I only have Trout on me, and it looks like it's hitting fairly high, but my cannon is hitting well as well. So luckily it still has a water weakness. Just a couple more hits here. It will be dead. Can we get anything? We cannot. We got 46 Slayers, so that's nice. If I can ever get some damage done on this thing, we'll have completed 10 tasks again, and there's 40 more points, so we're kind of building up to our first block, which will be nice. By the time I finish harvesting this, I will have level 50 farming, but apparently I'm gonna lag out, which is awesome. So use your imagination. There's 50 farming there. Well, using the bones I had in the bank, we got 3,200 bone shards. Let's see what we can get with that. And I ran out of wine, so still have 400 more, but got 40 prayer, which is nice. Now I protect from magic and protect from range. Just need protect from melee. I really need some willow logs to be able to use some of the anima from forestry events, and I have enough anima already for the log basket. I just need the logs, so I can use some time later AFKing some trees. One thing I never showed was I got the fox whistle previously as I was kind of leveling up. And I also have enough pheasant feathers to obtain the whole outfit. One of the worst looking outfits in my opinion, and it does absolutely nothing. I prefer this freaky forester outfit for my woodcutting fashion scape there, but here is the extra collection logs for forestry. Remember the master clue I had earlier? I decided to finally try this out, and I can cannon this mage, so I don't have to worry too much about damage until I run out of cannonballs, which is pretty scary because this guy can aim pretty high. But we got the first clue step done of this master clue. Let's see what's next. We'll dig it up again, and the air obelisk. Is that worth it? It's only like level 6 or 7 wilderness. I don't know. Well, I was mostly just curious if I could cannon this guy again, and I can on the obelisk itself, so about to kill him again for the second clue step completed of this master clue. Wound up with another hot cold step, wound up in Karen's, and there it is, the third time of killing this mage with a safe spot. Super convenient. Let's look at our clues, see what the next step is, and well, another hot cold. It says it's right here. So I guess I'll set up my cannon again, just in case it actually is a double step. I don't know how often that happens, but that would be very convenient. You know what? I just realized I never dug it up again. Okay, for real this time. It looks like we need 3 cryptic clues. First one, Hostility's Mess Hall, super easy. Next one, I need 3 Zamorak items, which I don't have, but it's not too hard to get. And then the third is 100 strength bonus, which won't be too hard to get eventually, but I don't have that now. So this clue is going to go back on hold. 77 Moss Giants. Always excited about tasks I can cannon. I'm also excited about Mossy Keys, because that will help me get the easy combat achievements done eventually. Not too far away from that. I hope I get at least 1, maybe 2 to help me out. Check it out. First kill, got a Mossy Key right away, as well as the Bone for Rang Bone Man Part 2. Here is level 48 Slayer, which I believe, I'll look really quick, is the last thing I need to start the Perilous Moons quest. I only need to start that, kill the first monster to be able to get into Camptorum and start mining calcified rocks, which is going to be super convenient for prayer training. Well, this is the first monster for the Perilous Moons quest. I've heard from low-level accounts or skilling type accounts that you can cannon. This looks like this spot might be the only spot to cannon. So let's set this up and just try to find somewhere to safe spot where this guy or this thing can't attack me. It's a large creature, so it's going to get stuck on something. But my cannon's not even shooting it. Well, I picked up my cannon trying to relocate it to get actual shots off this guy. As soon as I did, it decided to shoot a cannonball. So it's attacking me. I don't know what this thing max hits, and it hits twice. So I'm not really looking forward to this because I only have salmon and a couple swordfish. Looks like I can't set up the cannon anywhere else. We're going to go back to our original spot, and then I'll go back up on the hill. We'll safe spot it. We'll kill it, and we'll move on with the quest. Here it is, the thing I've been looking forward to most so far. 48 Slayer got us inside Camptorum. We're going to go get some bone shards and train some prayer. All right, got 2,600 bone shards, which will be, I believe, enough for 43 prayer. This goes super quick. It would be a little more experienced if I had sunflower splinters, but I don't. I also don't have the prayer outfit. There's 41 Slayer, though, 42 Slayer, 60 combat as well. And I'm not going to have enough wine. That's annoying. Back with the last wine. That was a long trek, but here is 2 more for 43 prayer. Now protect from melee. I think that's probably a good spot to call this episode. I look forward to what's coming next, as I have a lot of plans now that we have overhead prayers. Slayer will be a lot easier. There'll be a lot more content unlocked now. Let's go look at the bank, see what kind of things we have so far. All right, we're going to end with 1134 total level 60 combat, as well as 85 quests completed, which is about halfway done with those. We'll open the bank. I apologize. It's going to be a mess. I'll clean it up eventually. But here is the stacked loot so far, mostly just clue caskets. But I think that's a little more to end the other account with. I do want to ask, though, these hunter bags, they don't really give anything. The loot's not great for these first ones, and they don't give a pet. So let me know in the comments if I should open these and just not save them for later. As always, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and see what we have coming next.